Good morning, everybody. Josh here, Crypto Goonies. Just wanted to jump on and do a quick news report as I do every day, sometimes two a day. So please like and subscribe below. Really like it. We're gaining some traction and having a lot of fun doing these. Unfortunately, the market hasn't been a lot of fun lately. So let's just jump into CoinMarketCap real fast. A lot of red this last hour. We're sitting at $531 billion market cap. Again, still suffering the effects of yesterday's news. NIM down 15% from yesterday. Ripple down 10% from yesterday. Not a good day for those, and not a good day in general for anything. Everything's in red. Red. 0x doing good, up 22% from yesterday. I have a little bit of 0x. Good project, hopefully a good project anyway. But other than that, not a whole lot. Some of these Eternity, not familiar with, up 13% from yesterday. But overall, pretty red. My portfolio is down about 10-15% over the past, I'd say, 36 hours. So everybody's hurting a little bit, and there's a bunch of news why. So first we'll jump into the big news from yesterday, which I already talked about. CoinCheck confirms the crypto hack. So it was a hack that all the money went away, larger than Mt. Gox, and we all know what happened when Mt. Gox happened. Now granted, there's a lot more money in the market, so it's not as big of an effect as when, Mt. Gox happened and there was only X amount of dollars and half of that was stolen. So still, we're looking at $533 million taken out. That's according to Bloomberg. All in NIM and XRP, mostly in NIM. So, of course, the price of NIM is going to go down. It'll probably go down further because once that money is stolen, they're going to want to sell that money. So, the Mt. Gox was approximately $340 million. Now, again, the market cap at that time was significantly lower. So, but that did cause the biggest crash percentage-wise ever. So we'll see as it's not down as much as it could be, I suppose. But again, security, people, I know I'm guilty of it as well. Keeping money on exchanges. I like to trade. I like to move money around. It costs, you lose funds transferring out. I noticed Binance is really high on their fees right now, it seems like. Bittrex, not so much. KuCoin, not so much. To move money out. So I've just got about $1,000 on each exchange at the moment just because of this. If the money does go out, I don't want to lose everything, so I'm trying to keep it low risk. Even that's a little scary. Now, you would think Binance and Bittrex would be a lot more secure than the 5th or 6th largest exchange in Japan alone, this CoinCheck, which I've never even heard of. But all it takes is, imagine if one of those large exchanges got hit. If Binance or Bittrex got hit and somebody, and we're talking billions of dollars stolen in one of the larger coins, it could cause Mt. Gox 2.0. So just be smart with your money. Keep it on in wallets as much as you can. Only take to the markets what you want to trade. The old analogy, you're going to shop at the flea market. You don't want to take your entire bankroll with you. What if something happens? Take just what you want to trade to the fair, right? So next news article we've got is from news.bitcoin.com. Most cryptocurrencies are more centralized than you think. I found this interesting. Again, we're trying to go towards decentralization, right? So this article actually rates the top 10 cryptocurrencies based off of how decentralized they truly are. So Bitcoin is king, and Bitcoin, here's why. So decentralized ledger, now 10 being the most decentralized, 1 being the most centralized. So great rating for Bitcoin. Of course, we know that. Decentralized ledger 9, decentralized leadership 10. That's the idea, that's the dream, and that's why Bitcoin is king, right? There's no central leadership. It is our coin. It is our property, and it's up to us to bank it ourselves. That's why you got to take care of your stuff, because nobody else is looking out for you. Ethereum, Decentralized ledger, very good at 8, but decentralized leadership is 3. Of course, with Vitalik and just the crew at Ethereum, we know that they're centralized leaders. They're very vocal. You can go right to them and say that's who runs Ethereum. So how decentralized is it really? Bitcoin Cash gets a 7 and an 8. Ripple, of course, we all know, a 2 and a 1, the lowest score on the list. And Ripple is the most centralized. It is held, 85-90% is held by one central operating group. The operating group is the head of everything, and they control it all. So Ripple, again, the least decentralized of all of them. Well, not yet. We've got IOTA, 1 and 1. So where to even start with IOTA? It hinges upon the whim of an increasingly cantankerous and capricious CEO. So its ethics makes Ripple look like a paragon of virtue. The IOTA network is controlled by a coordinator, which has the power to alter account balances and disrupt services while developers grapple with the legion of bugs. So more bad news for IOTA. IOTA, it had the whole hack where you have to create your own key, and people were generating it online for other people, and then they had their private keys, and those were, so anyway, IOTA, I know everybody was big on IOTA. IOTA continues to tumble. Let's just jump back. Where's IOTA at? IOTA's down number 11, $2.31. IOTA's got some issues. I understand the Tango Ledger. Everybody's big on it, but it takes adoption, and if nobody's going to adopt it, no, why would you use IOTA if it's going to be slow if there's nobody on it? Yeah. Anyway, not a fan of IOTA. I've sold all of my IOTA. I was in on it. I dumped it at over $3. I'm happy I did, and I won't buy back into IOTA. I have no interest in IOTA. And the best of the rest. So Litecoin, it's actually got a pretty decentralized ledger, but of course we all know who Charlie Lee is and the leadership team over there. Monero, 5 and 5. Stellar follows in the Ripple suit, so decentralized of 3, the ledger of 3, and the leadership of 2. Very known team. Basically Ripple Lite minus the gateway freeze features. Neo, I do love Neo, but again, poor rankings, 2 and a 3. This is China-based, so of course there's going to be a lot of control with anything out of China. So there you have it, the top 10 in their eyes rated by decentralization. Of course, the winner and still king is Bitcoin. And this is why I think Bitcoin is around to stay. So the next article, this is from seekingalpha.com. Bitcoin meltdown is worse than you think. Now, again, more FUD, but here's the reason. Bear with me, folks. Bitcoin is down half, from nearly $20,000 down to almost $10,000, $10,500, $11,000 at the moment. But that's against US dollars, which has also taken a dip, and that's what this article is about. So Bitcoin's pulled back 41.9%. However, the US dollar has hit a 3-year low as well. So around the world, Bitcoin's even gone down even further than that 41.9%. Because the US dollar has tanked as well. So if you're holding Bitcoin versus Japanese yen or versus the Australian dollar like myself, and so as the US dollar goes down and Bitcoin goes down and the Aussie dollar goes up versus that, I'm losing even more money in the Bitcoin drop. So just something to keep in mind. I know Americans like to live in this little microcosm, this little bubble of it's just the US dollar, and that's what it is. But for people like me, I live in Australia. I have for 5 years. I have all my currency is in Aussie dollars. So the Bitcoin drop actually affects us more because it's going down double because everything's based against the US dollar. So now a couple good news articles. Well, actually, this isn't a good news article, but it's kind of a good news article in my mind. So the Amazon effect, and I truly believe this is, and I talked about this in yesterday's video too, this is the way we're going to end up. So, like I said yesterday, what are we sitting at today? We got 1,490 currencies on CoinMarketCap with hundreds of ICOs, maybe thousands of ICOs in the pipeline. There's going to be so many coins. I don't see a future where you got to have a McDonald's coin to go buy McDonald's and a Walmart coin to go buy Walmart and a gas coin to purchase gas and the Wabi coin to track childhood goods, and you got a different coin to track how long your tires have been. It just doesn't make any sense. So what's going to happen, and I truly believe that, and this is what this article is all about. This is from Fox Business. Not a fan of Fox, but think about it like the Amazon effect. When we had all the startups, pets.com and tires.com and yourmom.com and all the .coms back in 98, and they all crashed. And from the ashes, we got PayPal, and we got Amazon, and we got Google, and we got Netflix, right? So I think that's going to happen here. We're going to get a big congealing of all of these companies. They're going to be bought out. The ones with all the bullshit technology are going to just collapse and disappear and go away. And from the ashes, we're going to get a few true blockchain companies that will rise to the top, that will be the Amazon and be the Google. And maybe it's one of the ones existing. Maybe it's Neo. Maybe it's Stellar Lumens. Hopefully, Bitcoin stays around to be that store of wealth. But I think this is going to happen. Maybe it's Ethereum, and that just becomes the Google, and Neo becomes the Amazon. You know what I mean? But we're not going to have a coin for everything. And a lot of these companies are promising pipe dream technologies, and they're not delivering on anything. So I think that's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years, maybe sooner. Hopefully sooner, to be honest with you. And a lot of people are going to get hurt, but a lot of people are going to make a lot of money. And it depends on if you're backing the right horse. So again, know your coins, know the right technologies, get the good teams, because that's who's going to rise from the ashes, all this. It'll be in the next few years. So basically he says, I don't believe that Bitcoin is going to be a currency today or in the future. He believes there will be one or a few legitimate trusted digital currencies off of the blockchain technology. And that's what's going to happen. We're not going to end up 5 years from now, there's not going to be 3,000, 5,000 coins, and we're going to be using them for all these different things. There's going to be 5 trusted blockchain ledgers that are going to figure out the technology, that are going to get it lightning fast, and that are going to rise from the ashes. And that's who's going to win this blockchain war. That's what I predict right now. So I've got my money in 30 coins right now. I'm going to look to be consolidating and getting some of the bigger players, and just, you got to be ready to move quick in this market, right? And then we'll end on a happy note here. So this is awesome. This is from metro.co.uk. You can pay for a pint using Bitcoin at a pub that doesn't accept credit cards. So that's right, credit card fees are too high. A lot of pubs, I go to in Australia as well, they don't take cash, they don't take card, or if they do, they charge you a 2% or 3% surcharge on it. So the Tap and Spile is believed to be the first pub in Teesside to accept cryptocurrency, even though it doesn't take credit card payments. So you can see right here, they've just got their Bitcoin and their Litecoin wallets right there. You can show up, you buy a beer, you shoot them some Litecoin. They give you your beer, or you pay your tab at the end of the night, so you only pay one fee. That would make the most sense to me. So I think this is awesome, and this is what we need. We need more mainstream adoption, and I think Litecoin is the perfect coin for this. You just would have to have a current. The problem is the fluctuation. You'd have to have a ticker saying, right now your Litecoin is worth this amount of pounds. And it changes every 10 minutes, you know, whether it goes up or down. So you're hoping by the end of the night your Litecoin's worth more, so you pay less on your tab. But I think once we get a more stable value out of this, but this is what we need, mainstream adoption. I had a garage sale about 6 months ago, and I advertised that I accepted Litecoin. I didn't get one single payment. I was in Central Australia, and nobody was interested in doing that. But I did advertise I would accept Litecoin as payment. So Again, this is what we need is more use of crypto in the real world environment. That's what we're not getting, unfortunately. These companies need to step up and start proving some concepts. I know Litecoin and Bitcoin are just supposed to be the cash substitutions, but people need to start using them. So that's what you need to start doing, folks, is accepting Bitcoin, accepting Litecoin. Litecoin is cheap to transfer. It costs pennies, 10 cents to transfer Litecoin. So start using that, and I think that's what we need for the adoption of these cryptocurrencies. Anyway, that's the news for this morning. I'll be back this evening with another video. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, like and subscribe below. I really appreciate it. We're getting it off the ground. We're gaining some traction, getting a few more views, and that's very exciting stuff. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a bunch.